Welcome to this Ascent software video. In this video, we will cover entering patient information in Ascent software. When Ascent is first opened, the home screen is displayed. The home screen displays a list of patients in the testing queue that meet the filter criteria set at the top of the screen. The filters can be updated by clicking the Edit Filters icon. Patients can be filtered by visit status, review status, site, care professional type, and visit date range. To narrow the search, use the drop-down menu from each filter and select Apply. The maximum date range that can be applied is 6 months. The patient list can be sorted by patient name, visit date, patient ID, date of birth, review status, or visit status. To reorder the patient list, click on the header of one of these columns. The icons under Visit Status indicate the test status for each patient. The green icon indicates that testing is complete for that patient and is ready for the physician to interpret the test. When marked as complete, the test icons that are displayed are only those tests which were performed. The yellow icon indicates that testing is still in progress. One other Visit Status icon that may be displayed is the Scheduled Test icon. This icon indicates that a test has been scheduled through the hospital EMR. The Scheduled Test icon and how to open these patients will be discussed further in a separate video. To search for a patient who was tested previously, use the quick search in the upper right by entering their name and/or ID. Highlight the patient, then click on the blue plus sign to add a new visit for that patient. For a new patient who is not in the Ascent database, click on the Add Patient icon. Fill in the appropriate patient data. All fields that have the yellow highlight are required fields and must be filled in. Once this is complete, select Save and create Patient Visit to display the Patient Visit screen. In the Patient Visit screen, the only two values that need to be entered are height and weight. If the patient is unable to stand, arm span or ulna length may be entered instead of height. All other fields on this screen are optional. To change the units of measure from inches and pounds to centimeters and kilograms, click on the unit of measure. You can also change the default setting for these units by going to F5 setting, then select the Unit Settings tab. If the patient has any tobacco use, click the plus sign to enter what type of tobacco product used. After selecting the tobacco product from the drop-down list, you can populate the rest of the fields. If the patient has a history of more than one tobacco type, click the plus sign again to add additional products. For dyspnea, cough, and wheeze, click on the drop-down arrows to display the available options for that entry. The lists for each of these 3 entries are customizable. By going to the main menu, then selecting Admin and Patient Visit Symptoms, you can hide items on each list or click on the plus sign to add your own custom entry. To enter patient medications, click on the blue plus sign to display a pre-configured list of medications. Double-click on any medication to add it to the patient's list. To add a medication to the list, click on the blue plus sign, type in the name of the medication, then select OK. To delete a medication from the list, highlight the medication, then select the delete icon. To enter a diagnosis, click on the blue plus sign to display a pre-configured list of diagnoses along with their ICD-10 codes. Click on a diagnosis to add it to the patient list. You can also manually type in a diagnosis such as asthma, and the list for all asthma diagnosis will be displayed. The list for diagnosis can be customized. To add a custom diagnosis or delete an existing diagnosis from this list, go to the main menu, then select Admin, then Diagnosis. Click on the blue plus sign to add a diagnosis. To delete a diagnosis, highlight the diagnosis, then click on the delete icon. In Test Details, use the drop-down arrows to select the appropriate entry. To add a new care professional that is not in the drop-down list, click the plus sign in the upper right. The Ascent software comes with one default predicted set. If you have created a second predicted set and wish to use that set for this patient, click on the drop-down arrow and select the desired predicted set. The predicted set that is displayed by default with a new patient is controlled in the admin section of the Ascent software. Be aware that you require admin rights to be able to change this option. The PF protocol that is used by default is the pre-post protocol. If the patient you are about to test requires a different protocol, such as a methacholine challenge, select the appropriate protocol from the drop-down list. Note, the addition of protocols beyond the pre-post protocol requires the bronchial provocation software option. Technician comments can be manually entered into the comments text box, which is a free text entry. Users can also click the pre-configured comments hyperlink to select from a list of pre-configured comments. The user can edit, add, or delete comments within this hyperlink. Under the scheduled tests, the test icons display all of the available tests. Place a check mark next to the test icon for the tests which will be performed on this patient. Note that if a test is not checked, it can still be added while in another test screen. The tests that are checked by default can be configured by going to the main menu, then Admin, click the Organization tab, then select Sites. If you will be performing a gas exchange test, first, click on the appropriate type of test from the drop-down list. After selecting the test type, select the desired script from the drop-down list. Once you have selected the GX test type and script, the GX predicted set becomes available. Similar to the PF predicted set, you can select a different GX predicted set for this patient if you have more than one set available. When all of the information is entered in the patient visit screen, click on the Begin Testing button to take you to the first test screen, which by default is the FVC test. You can also select the Save and Close button, which will save the data and take you back to the home screen. Save and Close will mark this patient with the scheduled tests icon. You can then retrieve this patient later in the day and begin testing. Thank you for watching this video. For more information on Ascent software, or if you have questions, please contact our technical support department at 1-800-333-4137 or email MGC Diagnostics at support@mgcdiagnostics.com.